It's day 3 and you're still here. That's probably because you've noticed some good to this 10-minute daily practice. That means you're doing the work. You're restoring your inner peace and what makes you you. So well done, and let's keep it going. Before we start lesson 3, make sure you're sitting comfortably with something to write on for later. A pen and paper are ideal, but your phone will do if you need to use it. Today's lesson is foundational. If you come out of these 7 days remembering only one thing, I would be happy if it was this lesson. Lesson number 3. Love is now, fear is then. Lesson number 3 is love is now, fear is then. Write it down. It's impossible to love up without understanding what love is. The first 2 lessons set the scene and help us step back to create some space between our habits and thoughts. With this space, we have more room, more understanding to use in lesson number 3, which tells us what love actually is. Again, love is now, fear is then. So love, it's not Valentine's Day. Love's not sex. It's not marriage. It's not walks along the beach or late night phone conversations. Love is now. This is going to sound random, but stick with me on this analogy. When a fish gets hooked and is being reeled in, there's every chance it has absolutely no idea what's going on. It might blame the pain in its mouth on the bad seaweed it ate for lunch. It might blame being dragged so far from home on the lack of job opportunities. It might blame everyone swimming away on its lack of social skills. In this analogy, the fisherman is fear. The fish has been hooked by fear. Fear is dragging it through life, and because the fish is unaware it's been hooked by fear, its focus is on all the wrong things, which means the fish stays hooked. Now let's bring it back to you. You are constantly getting hooked by your thoughts. Psychologist Susan David explains it as thoughts, beliefs, and stories that pull us out of the present moment and into old patterns of fear, resentment, or self-doubt. When we're hooked, we're reacting, not responding. Fear exists to keep us safe. We create patterns on what's happened in the past and what might happen in the future to keep us safe. Fear tries to drag you, to reel you into the past or into the future. Fear keeps you tied to then, to past hurts, future doubts, old grudges, imagined arguments. If we want to experience love, we need to recognize when we're hooked by fear. Because love is now, fear is then. Love doesn't just exist in the now, it is the now. But that'll sound abstract and woo-woo if you haven't experienced it, and especially if you've been hooked by fear for a while. So to help make it a bit more tangible, let's think about the fact that right now, as you're listening to this, you can confidently say, I exist. Right now, you can confidently say, I am here. Right now, you can confidently say, I am. I am is unhooked. It is fearless. As in, there is no fear attached to it. I am is true all the time. I am here all the time. It is true all of the time. I am. I am is something we can all feel, something we can hold on to, because we all have it. I have my I am, and you have your I am. But it's become very common for our I am to be constantly hooked. I am not good enough. I am late. I am going to get fired. I am trying too hard. I am anxious. I am fed up with this. When fear hooks your I am, we justify it with a story, just like the fish. And those stories get bigger and bigger. Because just like the fish, we don't understand we're hooked. Love is now, fear is then. There's a lot that sits under this lesson, and it can be challenging to hold on to it all during the chaos of the day. But that's the point of this. That's exactly how we love up, by slowly figuring out how to come back to it all, how to notice the hooks and come back to I am. So today's focus phrase will help us focus on the key understanding in lesson 3. Your focus phrase for today is, today, I notice when my I am is hooked. Write it down now. Today, I notice when my I am is hooked. To practice this, we're going to go into a love up meditation. So, in your comfortable position, close your eyes. And as we always do, let's rate our state. 1 is grounded, calm, regulated. 10 is totally distressed. Now bring your focus to your thoughts. Just observe them. Silently say to yourself now, I am. Just that. I am. Repeating that slowly, smoothly, and steadily in the mind. And notice how it feels steady, solid, true. Now let's try adding a hook. Say, I am behind on everything. I am not good enough. I am failing. Feel the weight of those hooks. Feel how they pull you away from this moment. How they pull you away from that steady, solid trueness of I am. Now, gently unhook. Let those hooks, those extra words go and come back to I am. I am. Breathe into the simplicity of it. No past, no future. Just now, just you. Silently repeat today's focus phrase. Today, I notice when my I am is hooked. Today, I notice when my I am is hooked. With each breath in, feel yourself unhooking from fear. With each breath out, return to I am. And now to finish off, let's repeat our lesson in the middle of the mind. Love is now, fear is then. Love is now, fear is then. Taking a final deep breath, letting this awareness settle. When you're ready, gently open your eyes. Well done. Before moving on, write down a few sentences about what you experienced. It could be something small, maybe you noticed a pattern in your thoughts, maybe you just enjoyed the pause, maybe you felt the difference between I am and the hooked I am. And if you can, download today's Love Up reminder, set it as your phone wallpaper or take a photo of it, and share any takeaways or questions with the Focus Fit Club and keep the learning going. Well done. Let's love up.